Drop it.
What's going on, guys? TDunks here, back with another Knights and Dragons video for you. And today I'm going to be going over the raid results. So the Rivenloc raid happened this weekend. Sorry if my voice sounds a little off, guys. I was at a family event this weekend and ended up losing my voice. Had a really good time, but probably a little bit too good of a time. But so moving on. I was not in Vicetone Savages this weekend, guys. My account was in Iced Fate. Vicetone Savages actually took off the weekend. We ended up 201. It was really nice to actually be able to do a fun run, because if you guys haven't noticed before this, I have ran top 10 or top 25 the last 5 weeks before this. So I was really starting to put a stress not only on me, but on my wallet, and my weekends I would kind of have to realize, all right, and this weekend I have to make a little bit of time so I could hit the minimum and stuff like that. But so this was a little bit nicer of a weekend. I'll show you guys the individual scores here. I ended up with 5 million. Yeah, just over 5 million. I really wasn't pushing that hard. Ice Fate guys, they're all really cool. Here Gohan, that's Matt, that's their GM, and then they have really good leaders in this guild. It's fun running with them. My girlfriend's also in this guild, and so it was cool, running with her too. They're all really nice guys, really cool guys. They were organized. And, they keep their people in a straight line, even for just being a top 250 guild. They expect their members to perform. I mean, even if, they're not fully loaded with epics, they still expect them to perform. Still expect them to pitch in and everything like that. So that's really cool. It was pretty nice running with them. But moving on from Ice Fate, I'm going to go ahead and we'll do the individual players first here. So alright, so coming in first, Black Widow from the Death Knight. So congrats to Black Widow. Ended up pulling out just under 61 million points here. Taking that first place. Coming in second is Violet from Epic Knight. So congrats to Violet. And then we got Hubaju, which I believe is from Dark Eagles. Okay, so Dark Eagles. Congrats to him. And then God of War coming in fourth. And I believe right here it gets a little tight here. So God of War had 43 million. And then look, I think all the way down to ninth, it's pretty tight. So coming in fifth, Yushin from the Death Knights. Sixth, Chaos Starters, which was the Jedi Guild running this weekend, or the Republic Guild. Niels from over there ended up taking sixth with 41 million. And then Drags from Habitual Offenders took 7th. Oh, sorry about that. That was my phone. And then Natsas from also Chaos Gaming. Sorry guys, my phone kind of threw me off there for a second. Still with 41 million points. So moving on down, 3 million points separated 9th through 4th. So that's really not that much, especially when, they're up in the 40 million. So, one of these guys could have jumped them easily in an hour. So, coming in 9th was Steel from Danger, I believe is where he's from, with 40 million. And then rounding up the top 10, Batgirl from Lock City with 37 million points. So, a little bit of a drop off there from 9th to 10th. From 9 to 10, that was the spread going from, what was it, 4th all the way down to 9th. So a little bit of a drop off there, but let's see who missed top 10. So 37 million points is what Batgirl had. And another Lock City member, Baz, had 33. So another drop off there. Probably wasn't pushing it. It'd be pretty mean to push, a member out of top 10. I mean, obviously you want it for yourself, but I wonder how that guild chat would go. So I got 2,667th out of everybody. That was my personal ranking. So not too bad for being my inactive week. And I think you know, I wasn't on that much. So, moving on to the guilds now. So, coming in first, as always, is the Death Knights, 1.4 billion points. To put that in perspective, I believe that's like 400 million points higher than the first place iOS Rainbow Party. So, you know, they really did a great job, did work. I know that the plus version of this armor, which is mono water armor, by the way, is almost at 3,000 for both. I believe it's like 3,100 attack, 2,900 defense. So for being a mono, it has extremely high stats because, you know, as most people know, the monos don't get that second element boost that, you know, the dual elements do. So you even see these monos starting to creep up both in the, you know, 3,000. So pretty intense here. So moving on, second is Habitual Offenders with just over 1 billion points. Coming in third is the Chaos Starter. So top 3 right there. Congrats to all those guys. Moving on, fourth, Epic Knight. Fifth was Dutch Clan. Sixth, Only the Best. Seventh was Lock City. And then the D, another independent non-strip guild. So, you know, Dragon, Z, the D, Chivalry, those are all independent non-strip guilds. We still see them doing really well. And, oh my god. Man, my devices are just going off. Sorry about that, guys. That was my tablet now. I thought I silenced it, but I guess not. Back to this anyways. The independent non-strip guild guys are just doing awesome in these. I believe that Chivalry, up until now, had taken top 10 in every single one. So, that's pretty insane. I know the D was like second or third last raid, so they're really starting to shine. They're really showing, you know, that they're powerful guilds. Because in raids, you know, you don't have your alliance, so you can't like declare at the same time, and then it also takes away stripping. So, you know, this is where those guilds are going to shine, like I've been saying. So moving on, coming in ninth is Italia with 685 million. Then rounding out top 10 of the round table. So they had 638 million. Let's go ahead and see what 11th got. So 560. So it doesn't look like the Kaiju Killers really pushed it. Probably on that last day, they probably took it back a notch. Looks like they might have been pushing, judging from the gap to 11 to 12, maybe day 1 or day 2 they were pushing for it, but looks like they kind of pulled back the reins there. So congrats to the top 10 on getting that new mono water armor. Really, I personally don't like the looks, but the stats on it are insane. I know it's the highest stats right now, combined stats, which is usual for the mono waters because they don't have that second element bonus. But moving on. So like I said, 11th is the Kaiju Killers with 560 million, and then about 130 million point drop down to Forsaken, who took 12. And 13th is Q-Mob with 395 million, and then we got Jabberwocky. So Jabberwocky is in our family of guilds with Vicestone Savages, Wrecking House, Men Rule, Extreme, Jabberwocky. We're all in our family inside of the Republic Guild, so awesome job to them. I know we had a few people over there running with them, so shout out to Ultra Babe and Argon and all the people over there. They really had like a very efficient way of this war. They only did like a handful of 3 guys. Like, you know, most people are like, oh, you know, they probably have to do 5s and, you know, tons of 3s. No, they did like, I believe like less than 10 3s. They did them on day 1, so they kind of build the gap. But then they just sustained with just level 1s. I mean, it's a little bit cheaper of a raid than the last one because, you know, like most people know, the last raid there was that glitch where people were getting free energy. Yeah, they took it away after a while, but for that 2 or 3 hours where they didn't patch it, people were pretty much just running straight that whole time on free energy, not costing them a dime. So, congrats to Jabberwocky, way to get that aquatic battle gear. Moving on, coming in 15th, YouTube Easy. 16th is the German Elite Guild with 341 million. Zerdragon Nexus is going to take the 17th spot. Coming in 18th is the Death Disciples, just spelt wrong. I'm sorry, I had to point that out, guys. Like, I don't know. For them to be a top 25 guild, that's spelled wrong. It's just kind of funny, but, you know, moving on. So congrats to them on their 18th place. Coming in 19th is the Immortals. So these guys, I believe like after day 1 or day 2, they were on the outside. They were like 26. They were right there for top 25. But I know that they were just kind of on like a free-to-play fun run with like a 3 mil min. So really low. And they ended up pushing into top 25. I believe that these guys have either been top 25 or top 10 every single raid. So awesome job. Congrats to the Immortals pulling out the 19th place and getting that aquatic battle gear. Moving on to 20th place is Darkness of Oblivion. And then coming in 21st, Eritalia. 22nd, Renegades Revolt with 332 million. I think that these guys have actually made top 25 2 or 3 of the raids. So congrats to them. And then coming in 23rd is Dirty MFers. I still love that name, guys. Like, I know, like, iOS, they have, like, some weird names, like the My Lila Black Cats and stuff like that. But this is, like, the first one, like, wow, yeah, this is kind of funny, or, you know, that's kind of a weird name or whatever. So, congrats to them on taking the 23rd spot. Coming in 24th is Dark Eagles. And then rounding out the top 25 is Heroes Resurrection. So let's see how close 26 was here, guys. So Karma. Okay, so they were separated by a little over 4 million points. So a little bit of a gap there. Nothing too much for a guild. I mean, that's like doing a level 3 and then a couple level 1s farming them. So not a really big gap there. You know, probably a little bit of a heartbreak for them because it does look like they were they were definitely the only ones to push at the later half. So probably going into that last half of the day. I don't think the Order of the Awesome pushed, but so a little bit of a heartbreak for the 26th place guild. But you know, it happens. You got to move on and get ready for the next one. So I'll go ahead and I'll scroll through top 20 or top 50, I should say. So there we go. We got Just the Elite, the Undertakers, which they actually sent a lot of their big gemmers to Chaos Starters for this run, and they still managed to do it 37th place. So congrats to the Undertakers. Nice job. You know, way to get top 50 when, you know, you're missing some of your big guns. But moving on. Bulls on Parade in 43rd, Starved 46th, and then we had Dragon Z, another one of those independent non-strip guilds that I mentioned. You know, getting top 50. Awesome job, congrats to them. Solaris getting 50th, and then Kingdom Heart rounding at the top 50, guys. So, like I said, it was pretty nice for me to just be able to relax and not have to worry about, like, oh my god, I gotta put up 10 mil, you know, oh my god, I gotta jump on in, you know, an hour because I'm gonna have, you know, 45 minutes free. I have to get my points. It was pretty nice just to be able to relax and just be like, whatever happens, happens. But I want to thank all the guys over at Ice Fate for letting me stay with them for a weekend, that is. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much gonna do it for this episode. Next episode, probably gonna be the Guild Spotlight series. Got a pretty cool one coming up. Somebody that you guys will recognize. I'm going to be doing their guild. So, but yeah, guys, until next time, this is TDunks signing off.